How's it going, guys and girls? Hope you guys are having a great weekend. So I'm back today with a unplanned video. This one is a news related video, guys, because some news dropped today that I wanted to talk about because it's pretty big news. So Bioware have officially confirmed that there will be no story DLC for Mass Effect Andromeda. So in an announcement on their forum, this is the official post that they said. Early in development, we decided to focus on Mass Effect Andromeda's story on the Pathfinder, the exploration of the Andromeda Galaxy, and the conflict with the Archon. The game was designed to further expand on the Pathfinder's journey through this new galaxy with story-based Apex multiplayer missions, and we will continue to tell stories in the Andromeda Galaxy through our upcoming comics and novels, including the fate of the Quarian Ark. Our last update, 1.10, was the final update for Mass Effect Andromeda. There are no planned future patches for single player or in-game story content. In the coming weeks, our multiplayer team will provide details of their ongoing support and upcoming content, including new multiplayer missions, character kits, and what's in store for N7 Day. We appreciate all the millions of people who came with us to the Andromeda Galaxy, and we hope to see you again in the Mass Effect universe. So that is official. So there will be no story-based DLC. Now, this news is pretty huge when it comes to Bioware, and I have to say I'm incredibly disappointed to hear it. I was hoping that there would be some story development, some story progression through DLC. Particularly, there are two storylines that I really wanted to find out more on. One obviously revolving around the Ryder family secrets and your mother, and the second one, which was the Quarian Ark, which they had been sort of dropping hints to throughout and towards the end of the game. Now, I'm very disappointed to hear that there will be no story-based DLC. Also, this is kind of huge news for Bioware, and I'm very surprised by it because Bioware is a company that focuses heavily on story and story development, and they have had some pretty amazing story-based DLC in their history. In fact, in all of their big titles from Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, Dragon Age 1, Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition, they have had some form of story-based DLC content in all of these games. So for them to announce that there will be no story-based DLC is kind of huge news for Bioware, and very, very shocking if you're a long-term of Bioware like myself. Now, do I think that they had planned from the beginning not to have story-based DLC content? No, I don't think so. I think the comment that they make about planning to tell these stories in graphic novels and in books, and also only planning to do multiplayer content right from the beginning when they were producing Andromeda, I think that is a pile of horse poop. Basically, I don't think that they planned that from the beginning. I think this decision is kind of a reaction to the criticism that the game have faced, and all sort of the bad PR, the bad publicity that has come from it. And I think this really is kind of EA sort of saying we want to sort of distance ourselves from Mass Effect Andromeda. We kind of want to move on and look at the new Anthem IP, and we don't want to continue it. So and maybe they don't know where they want to take the story as well. That could be a reason, but I think this is heavily sort of EA driven and EA led. And, you know, we can see that, you know, the case that Bioware Montreal has just recently been merged with Motive Studios, you know, that's been confirmed by EA. I think that's a pretty big indicator that the team that bought us Mass Effect Andromeda are kind of being swept under the rug, so to speak, and are sort of being put to work on other games, you know, including Star Wars Battlefront 2 and obviously Bioware's new IP, Anthem. I think also the decision to announce this is quite a key one. They've just decided to announce this before Gamescom, which I think is next week from Monday, from the 21st, and they're probably doing that so that people will stop listening and hoping for Andromeda DLC, and maybe they're going to have a lot of news and a lot of focus on Anthem at Gamescom, and they want the focus to be on Anthem and not on Mass Effect Andromeda, and I think that's really sad. And I know for a lot of Bioware fans, a lot of people that have kind of played the trilogy and are huge fans of the franchise, you know, for some people it does feel very much like EA kind of put their sort of their beef B team on Andromeda, and that almost Andromeda's been sacrificed, you know, for Anthem. That there's more focus on Anthem, and they're putting more money behind that because that's kind of their big new IP, and that's their sort of game that's going to compete with Destiny. So I think that's incredibly disappointing. In terms of the books, the graphic novels and the books, I don't really have much interest, to be fair, in buying them. I did buy the first book, which is like a prequel to Andromeda, and it tells the story of Sloane Kelly, and I got like halfway through the book and I just couldn't get into it. You know, it didn't grip me in the way that I was expecting it to do, just because I love the Mass Effect universe so much. So yes, I'm super disappointed by this news. It has now been officially confirmed then that there will be no story-based DLC. I haven't played much of the multiplayer of Andromeda, and I might jump in and check it out, but it just doesn't hold much appeal for me. Bioware games, the reason I play Bioware games are for the story and for the characters. So yes, I'm very disappointed that there will be no story-based DLC and that this has been officially confirmed by Bioware, and I think that's just freaking massive news and really disappointing. As a fan of Bioware, it is concerning to see them sort of going down this road, and obviously, you know, Andromeda wasn't the game it should have been, but it did receive a lot of unnecessary and severe criticism that obviously has really hurt the Bioware Montreal team, and of course, you know, EA are seeing it as a PR nightmare, all the memes and everything, and wanting to distance themselves away from it. Now, what does this mean for the future of the Mass Effect franchise? You know what? Honestly, I'll say it's up in the air. I'm hoping for a sequel. I would love a sequel, and I would have preferred that these storylines, you know, the Ryder family, the characters that you got to know, the Ket race, and also the Quarian arc, I would have liked to play those. I wanted to see them in a game. I don't want to read about them. I don't want to read them in a graphic novel or in a book. I want to play them. I want to experience them. So, you know what? I would be happy to wait for a sequel if they decided to continue those storylines in Mass Effect Andromeda 2, but they haven't confirmed that Andromeda is going to be a trilogy. There's been no confirmation on that, and who knows, maybe Andromeda was just a one-off game. I'm hoping that this is not the end of Mass Effect, because it's my favorite franchise, and I really am hoping that they will continue it. I really am. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this news in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on it in general? Please share in the comment section below. Of course, if you like this video, please hit the like button as always to show your support. Take care, guys and girls, and as always, happy gaming.